Grow Great is a city government leadership podcast with Lisa Norris and me, Randy Cantrell. Each week we share insights, experiences, and wisdom to help you and your leadership grow great. Our website is growgreat.com.
Well, it's budget season for us here, like many cities.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. So it's September 2025 for us. We're getting ready to approve our budget at our next council meeting. And it's been a long journey. Our budget process starts in January with our CIP, which is most cities will understand that, but any listeners that aren't with cities, that's where we put in all our major projects, roads, bridges, utilities, construction projects that cost a lot of money, infrastructure
Capital
type things.
improvement.
Yeah, capital improvement. And then we have normal budget, and cities are driven by property taxes, sales tax, and then other, fees and that really set our base. And then our expenses, of course, we have to balance our budget. Well, sales tax is down for a lot of cities with the economy. People aren't buying maybe as much as they were. Property taxes, that's just an ever-changing. Some of those are going down. Some of those are holding steady, but there's not a lot of new revenue. And then with the state, in Texas at least, the legislature is limiting they're limiting and capping the revenues that we can take off of the property taxes. So all that being said, it's a very tight budget for us. It probably is for many around the nation that work in government. I mean, it's really, really tight. And as I talk to my team, because we've had to make a lot of hard decisions, it's not bad. We haven't had to cut people or anything, but there's this interesting mix of, we have development in south part of our city. We've annexed over, I think, 5,000 acres. I may be getting it wrong, but close to more or less 5,000 acres, which is long-term, over 20 years, going to equate to 40 or 50,000 homes. So you talk about a long-term increase in property taxes, sales tax, with all retail stores going down there. Long-term, it's going to be fantastic for our city. Short-term, what that means is we're investing most of the money we would spend on other projects in the city is now going to south to develop the infrastructure, roads, streets, utilities. I mean, that's a lot of money. And you only have a certain capacity at each city you can do that. With that, and with other things being flat, there's not a lot of capacity to do anything else. And so we've had to freeze positions in a lot of positions. And for many, which gets to the point of this conversation today, it appears as kind of it's a threat. It's a frustration. There's this budget. We can't get the people we need. We can't get the resources we need. And when I was talking to my leaders, I said, guys, this is temporary. See it as an opportunity. So let's challenge ourselves. What can we do now? It's tight now. Maybe we aren't getting positions filled, and I know it's hard, but one, it gives us a great opportunity. You're not focusing on a million other projects that you would normally have to do during the year, because those have been removed for now while we're building stuff down south. So you have much fewer projects to focus on. Let's focus on what we've needed to get done that we haven't had a chance to. This is a great time to see better ways to do business. This is a great opportunity to really focus on our organization and ourselves, and let's continue to do the culture. But this is short term. This is a couple years of hardship for a long-term, huge benefit to our city. So you've got to see the opportunity. And we had a quote that says, your greatest weapon is your mind. Train it to see opportunities, not obstacles. So you can either look at this as a threat and get all frustrated, or what now? What's next? What can I do now in this moment in light of the challenge to make everything better? Randy, for me, it's just I just am an optimist. I see everything as an opportunity. What now? And I try to get the team. It can't just stay in my mind. I have to promote that with the team, because typically your team will follow your energy. They may not agree with it, But if I'm the, Eeyore going, oh no, it's budget, we're poor, and walk around, the team's going to be like, man, this isn't the place I want to stay. I want to go somewhere that's thriving. Well, guess what? Nowhere is. Everybody is tight right now. Um,
Well,
so
and if
so
it is
let's make the
thriving,
best of it.
it's not going to stay that way. So,
That's right. And everybody goes through this. And I try to equate it to your home budget. If your home budget, if you alone or you and a partner or you and whoever have a steady income and the income's not increasing, you can't say, well, I'm going to go to Disneyland 3 times this year because I want to. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money, but that doesn't mean it's bad. You can do a staycation. You can go to the park. You can make it an opportunity for less costs. You maybe can't get you can't get a Mercedes, but you can probably get a Chevy. You know what I mean? It's
mhm.
just, what are you focusing on?
What I don't have.
Yeah, the
That's what I'm.
shiny,
Yeah. Well,
the
that's
shiny new
we
thing.
focus on our lack and our want. We don't focus on what we have.
Yeah,
And you've heard me say it a million times. I'll say it a million and one. Gratitude is the path forward, but that's hard. I get it.
yeah,
It's hard. Because we get fixated on, man, I wish I had this. I wish I had
yeah.
that. I wish I had this
Yeah, what are we
other.
going to do now?
Right.
I can't get people. I don't have people.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We
And it's a
don't.
bunch of
Yep.
excuse making. If only I could fill that spot that's frozen, then all would be right with the world. Well, I got news for you. If you've been in this game for any length of time at all, you were fully staffed at some point, and you still had the problems. So,
Yeah.
we're looking for all these excuses, these panaceas. But I'm still fixated on the fact that down in the valley, where the problems are, where the battles happen, is where the
That's
growth
where you
also
grow.
happens.
Yeah, you grow the most. As you talk to the leaders, I challenged them. I said, guys, would you rather have a leader? I took the focus off of them. Would you rather have a leader that's an optimist leading you forward through the storm? Or would you rather have a leader that just thinks everything is miserable because I can't get people, we can't accomplish anything? And of course well, I'd rather have an optimist leader. I said, then be that leader. Then be that one. And they're like, okay, good point. Good
Well, I
point.
don't want to be that, but I want you to be that.
But
Right.
it's so
Yeah,
when you have to put it in
that's
context,
right.
because think about think about not only what your people need to see through these challenges, but also it's just so important as we move forward. Think about what people see in you when you lead through that in that manner. They see a shining star that's leading through the storm positively. That far, compared to the negative people, you're going to always shine. You want to see the people that are carrying you through, finding the optimism. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not hard, but if you can find ways to survive it and do it well in the difficult times, those are the people that stand out instantly because there's not very many of them.
Well, we're attracted to courage.
Yeah, of course.
We're not attracted to cowardice.
The
So
people that just sit
anybody can
back and say, well,
cower.
what do I do now? I can't get the people I want, and I can't get resources, and I can't get support. Well, really, that's a reflection on you because it's affecting all of us the same.
Yeah. See,
It's
my
not
question would be then what value are you providing by coming here every day? Why don't you just
right.
go ahead and give me your resignation right now? Because, what use are you?
Yeah. And just think about the message that's sending to the team. Because
It,
if you're
they're going
saying
to
that
follow.
outwardly, they're gonna feel the same dismay.
Of
They're gonna
course.
feel the same. There's not a purpose, there's not a value because we can't get people.
Yeah.
So,
And hopelessness is not a great strategy for moving forward.
no, you just got to find a way. You've got to now. For our audience, I am not saying that not having the maximum amount of people you need to do your business well is not going to be frustrating, is not going to be difficult and hard. But you do have to reimagine business. You've got to figure out what do we not need to be doing if you have fewer people? sometimes the best things come out of hardships. Like you said, the growth, you find better ways to do business. You find better ways to manage day-to-day operations. You might find a way to cover, maybe you reorg with the people you have and meet with them and say, how can we do business? We're not going to have people. So as a team, how do we brainstorm this and how do we think about it? Get your team involved, figure it out. Everything is figure outable, and be that person, be the optimist that sees a light at the end of the tunnel and lead your team. In our old podcast, be a buffalo, head into that storm, figure it out, and your team will follow you and you'll come out shining.
Thanks for watching and listening to Grow Great, the City Government Leadership Podcast. Our website is growgreat.com. For Lisa Norris, I'm Randy Cantrell. We hope you'll subscribe to the show, and we hope you'll tell a friend.